I say not to run. Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone.
He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation.
Great. Not a generational great, an all-time great. A generational great would almost detect that Alexander Usyk is just a great in the last 10, 15 years. No. Alexander Usyk is a great.
Alexander Usyk responded to Floyd Mayweather's remarks by stating that boxing is a sport for gentlemen, not a street brawl. He stressed that real fighters don't rely on running or trash talk. They earn respect by showing their skills in the ring. Analysts have pointed out the stark contrast between Alexander Usyk and Floyd Mayweather, emphasizing Usyk's humility and lack of ego. Despite his impressive achievements, Usyk remains modest and respectful, earning admiration for his grounded approach. In contrast, Mayweather continues to carry an air of superiority over others in the sport. Usyk's attitude serves as a reminder that true greatness doesn't require arrogance or self-promotion.
Hear me say that and say, you're going too far, you this, that. Because I've seen that straight away. As soon as Usyk did that, he's 2-time undisputed heavyweight, 1-time cruiserweight, 3-time undisputed. His resume, yes, look, at heavyweight, a lot of rematches. The way he's doing it. And he's not just, okay, he could have 10 world, Deontay Wilder had 10 world title defenders. Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury, the only one to really any kind of weight. Usyk is taking on the perceived either number 1 or number 2. Yeah, Fury perceived number 1. AJ at the time 1. What number 2? Taking like right, who's the next in line? Fighting. Yeah, what he's doing.
And he's doing it in a way in which it's so.
Derek Chisora has spoken highly of Alexander Usyk, praising his exceptional mindset and boxing skills. He described Usyk as a mentally tough, highly disciplined fighter with unwavering focus. Chisora even joked that it would take someone a little crazy to beat Usyk, underscoring how difficult and frustrating it is to face him in the ring. He highlighted Usyk's movement, ring IQ, and composure under pressure, calling him a true master of the craft. Chisora noted that while Usyk may appear friendly outside the ring, once inside, he transforms into a relentless and dangerous force that's incredibly hard to overcome.
What I'm saying, to beat Alexander Usyk, you have to be mentally stable. Yeah.
You have to be mentally.
Yeah, because you have to understand.
Fighting first.
Yeah, because when I saw him a couple months ago,
Yeah.
I had a coffee with this chef. The guy lives in Ukraine.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, before I came on the plane, I was sleeping in my house, and then this missiles were going over my house. And I didn't want to go in the bunker. I was like, let's go to sleep. It's crazy. I mean, like, now imagine you now, you're in your house in Barna, Timbuktu, and that missiles going. You're gonna be like,
Yeah, it's cut from very different stuff.
yeah, exactly. So, and then remember, so you have to come in there looking to go to the others, because he's looking to go to the other side.
Mate, you do us a favor. Can you stop beating us up now?
Derek Chisora has drawn a bold comparison between Alexander Usyk and Muhammad Ali, calling Usyk the Ali of this era. He praised Usyk's exceptional footwork, timing, and ring intelligence, noting how rare it is for a heavyweight to move with such lightness and agility. Chisora emphasized that Usyk doesn't rely on raw power but instead outthinks his opponents with precision and finesse. He said Usyk's calm confidence and fluid style are reminiscent of Ali, combining flair with strategic brilliance. Watching Usyk, Chisora added, is like witnessing poetry in motion, a graceful presence that brings a touch of elegance to modern heavyweight boxing, much like Ali once did.
You don't box this guy. It's like, how can I explain it to you in a way you understand? We can't box him.
He's just too good.
He's just unbelievable great. Don't forget good, he's amazing. He's great, he's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation. You understand? We have to give him the credit where he's due. is that guy.
Renowned boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has added his voice to the growing chorus of experts who view Alexander Usyk as more than just a champion. He's a once-in-a-generation talent. Having worked with countless elite fighters, Hearn highlighted the rarity of Usyk's abilities, calling him one of the most technically gifted boxers the sport has seen in decades. Usyk's flawless transition from cruiserweight to heavyweight, all while preserving his speed, timing, and composure, has left the boxing world in awe. Hearn's praise goes beyond admiration. It underscores how Usyk is redefining what's possible in the modern heavyweight landscape.
Just, you're talking about one of the great generation. I watched the first 2 rounds. Dubois looked really dangerous. Came out, backed him up, and then Usyk just decided, I can't allow him to back me up, so I'm going to go on the front foot and box aggressive here. And he knocked him spark out. Unbelievable. A true.
With his latest dominant performance, Alexander Usyk has firmly cemented his place among boxing's all-time greats. Analysts now rank him as the 4th greatest fighter in history, a rare honor for an active competitor. This recognition isn't just about his wins, but about who he's beaten, how he's done it, and the unwavering excellence he brings every time he steps into the ring. Usyk's ability to adapt across weight divisions and defeat top-tier opponents, often on their home soil, speaks volumes. Placing him among the sports legends is no longer bold. It's a conclusion grounded in results, skill, and a legacy still in the making.
Alexander is the 4th greatest fighter on my personal all-time list. Number 4. He's only behind Ali.
You on your all-time list?
All time.
Oh, wow.
Only behind Floyd, Ali, and men. So, really high on Ole.
Alexander Usyk is more than a champion. He's a masterclass in technical skill and tactical precision. Outside the ring, he's calm and composed. Inside it, his all-sharp instincts and flawless execution. Usyk doesn't seek attention with trash talk or theatrics. He doesn't chase the spotlight. Instead, he lets his performance do the talking, and it speaks volumes.
Sorry, to the WBO, Frank Warner or Joseph Park is obviously a Queensbury fighter. So, you know, the potential that they do what they did with this fight, what they did with the Dubois fight. It also means as well that, and maybe this is why, potentially it's because Riyadh season shows from November onwards, and I doubt we'll see Alexander Usyk in the ring this year because he's only July, but he's only fought, and I would imagine Usyk is going to be one of these 6 to 8 month type of guys. You know, that's the way he's been over the last 2 years. So you're looking probably February next year at the earliest when he finally fights again. So for me, it's like, right, that will be after the Riyadh and Ring Magazine pay-per-views end, as in they're not going to do a pay-per-view anymore. Maybe they look at that fight and think, Usyk Park, it's a fight that, with the greatest respect, and Alexander Usyk is a very big name, does need that pay-per-view wall behind it in order to facilitate the purses that they're potentially forking out for. Maybe that's why Riyadh season won't do it. Now, the Zone obviously has not ruled out pay-per-views.
Alexander Usyk's resume speaks for itself. He has systematically taken apart both seasoned champions and rising contenders, with his win over Daniel Dubois further cementing his elite status. Dubois, known for his size and punching power, was a serious threat on paper, but Usyk outclassed him with strategic brilliance and composure. Despite his continued dominance, Usyk remains humble, never proclaiming himself the greatest, even as the world begins to make that case for him. In a sport often driven by ego and showmanship, Usyk's quiet confidence and humility stand out as a rare and refreshing contrast.
Sort of broken up in different directions. Even I wasn't sure, because although I believe Usyk is the fighter of the generation in this weight class, he's at an age where, you know, overnight you sort of show up and you don't have it anymore. You know? But Ali randomly lost to Leon Spinks around this age and whatnot. You know, so you know, you could get where all of a sudden, you know, it's not there on the night. So. And you know, you had
heavyweights take 1 second,
yeah,
one split second off.
Yeah, exactly. And you also had a very motivated Dubois to add to that second. You know, who's a very powerful puncher and has sort of this bully mentality when he gets you in an uncomfortable position. But you know, Usyk, you know, flawless performance technically. You know, stepping out to that weak side consistently, mixing up the jabs, making things uncomfortable for Dubois rhythm-wise.
Yeah, he seemed more aggressive, right? Normally, I think with some of the bigger guys, he
I think
weak side, outside weak side. This was different.
I think with Dubois, the psychology is kind of out of the bag in that you got to kind of bully the bully, you know. And Dubois just came out trying to bully him a little bit, so he started touching him and hitting him, and he started taking it to him because he started backing him up. He started putting him in a situation where he starts to doubt himself, and Dubois doesn't really come back from that very often. As a matter of fact,
He doesn't bend any breaks.
in the fight, I thought he's a little bit awkward, Dubois. I don't know, but
He's one of those awkward strong guys.
Yeah,
He's just like
but-
super strong, awkward as hell.
he goes down and he takes the full count, and then he just gets up at 10 and walks across the ring right in front of Usyk, who's celebrating middle of the ring, like with his hands up in the air. Just casually walks right by Usyk's celebration as if he didn't just get counted out to 10.
Foreman Ali. Foreman Ali, remember, he walks right to his
Yeah, but I was like, you got up.
Yeah,
You win the count, and then
he was beating ass.
you win the count, and then not only do you get up, you don't even have the presence of mind to realize, like, I'm walking right into the picture.
A growing debate in boxing circles centers on whether Alexander Usyk has surpassed legends like Muhammad Ali and Floyd Mayweather in terms of pure boxing ability. While Ali remains an icon and Mayweather retired undefeated, some critics argue that Floyd's resume lacks the same level of high-risk, high-caliber opponents during his prime. Unlike Mayweather, who leaned heavily on defense and savvy promotion, Usyk's legacy is rooted in sheer skill, courage, and a willingness to face the toughest challenges without hesitation.
He landed that right hand a couple of times, by the way. He got Alexander Usyk in the corner and he was trying to work. Ultimately, he's in there as an all-time great. Not a generational great, an all-time great. A generational great would almost dictate that Alexander Usyk was just a great in the last 10, 15 years. No. Alexander Usyk is a great since boxing began. Since boxing began, people. Understand what we're watching here. We're not watching a generational great. We're watching an all-time great. That's what Daniel Dubois was in there with. There is a discussion in my brain right now as I'm talking to you about where Alexander Usyk is when it comes to the best heavyweights of all time. Like, in my head right now, I'm thinking...
Ben Davison, a highly respected figure in boxing, has joined the chorus praising Alexander Usyk's greatness. He emphasized that Usyk's achievement of conquering both the cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions, a feat accomplished by very few, sets him apart in the sport's history. Becoming undisputed in both weight classes highlights Usyk's adaptability, resilience, and unwavering consistency. What makes Davison's praise especially significant is his perspective, not as a casual observer, but as a trainer who deeply understands the technical demands of boxing. His recognition speaks volumes about the level of mastery Usyk has reached.